This is gonna be awesome. I make good life choices. Confession time. Being a bit delusional here. Probably the most egotistical thing I have ever said in my life. I knew it. Greetings from your chaotic goth hobbit queen. I don't remember who first called me that. Whoever it was, thank you, because that is still the highest compliment I have ever received or ever will receive. Today we're going to be doing the Q&A video as promised, and as I am useless at sitting and not doing things with my hands while sitting, I will be assembling this adorable little book nook whilst we sit and answer all of the questions that you guys have asked me. This was gifted to me by Cute Bee. This is the astrology bookshop. Very first question, what is your first name? It feels unsettling to refer to you as a title and an adjective. My name is Sophie. I realize I'm not one of those people who opens videos by saying, hi, my name is Sophie, so it's understandable that you wouldn't know that, but yeah. Hi, my name is Sophie. Now let's jump into the rest. Chair doesn't usually roll that much. It even comes with a little plastic sheet for the window. I don't know why that's so cute, but it is. We're gonna have great fun today. Sorted the questions into like some rough, vague categories, and I figured we'd start on some of the more personal ones as like a little break the ice, get to know me, in case on the off chance you clicked on this video and haven't seen any of my other videos. Just a little introduction. I mean, we've started with a name, so we're off to a solid start. A couple of people asked me about the sarcophagus in my living room. His name is Jenkins. He is one of the family, as the incredible responsible adult that I am. He was the very first thing I bought when I decided to move out. I hadn't actually moved out yet, but I bought him anyway, and my mum very graciously let me keep him in the hallway until I'd actually moved out of my house. Thank you, Mum. What got you started sewing, and what was your first sewing project? That's a big question. I don't quite know. I just kind of jumped in at the deep end because the first thing I ever really started was the Snow White one. I didn't finish it. The first thing I finished was 50s Wonder. You guys have pretty much seen my sewing journey from the start. If it's not too personal, how did you and your husband meet? Not to brag, but me and Dan have the best story ever. We actually don't. It's incredibly basic, but I love it. Both very young, working our part-time minimum wage jobs, and we both worked in the same bakery slash cafe. When we got married, we went back to get some pictures in front of the bakery, which are actually some of my favorite pictures from the day. That's how we met. Oh, a couple of people have asked and are curious why I don't wear my wedding ring. The answer is incredibly boring. It doesn't fit me. I feel like I need to get better at multitasking, because right now I'm just switching between answering questions and doing this rather than doing it at the same time like I'm meant to be. Oh, there's a little frog in a cage. That's adorable. Not that the frog is caged, but it's an adorable little frog. Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna need a name, my little friend. You seem like you already knew what you were doing in terms of scripting and editing right from your first video. Do you, like our queen Rachel Maxey, all hail the queen, have a professional background in that stuff? Kind of, not in the same way that she did. I have more of a freelance background in that kind of stuff. I used to work in like marketing and graphic design, and I got into that because I did freelance photography and videography with Dan. It's actually one of the things we used to do together. Dan has always kind of been a really big resource for me because he used to have a YouTube channel when he was a teenager. So he has taught me everything. And now the sun's coming out purely just to blow my exposure. I shouldn't moan. I'm actually grateful we're getting some sun finally. The seasons are finally changing. Also, we have a wall. Step 6, ooh, books.
Are you seeing the books?
Sorry, I'm getting distracted again. Questions. What's your day-to-day style? How often do you wear or wish you did your sewing projects? Day-to-day style is probably just whatever mood I'm in that day. I have quite a varied wardrobe. Ooh. Sometimes I lean quite witchy, sometimes I lean quite gothic, other times I go very fantasy and whimsical, other times it's, this is really comfortable and I do not care. Wearing the things that I make, probably wear my Hobbit bodice the most because I love that thing and I really want to make some more purely to introduce into my wardrobe. I wear a couple of the skirts as well, the Hobbit skirt, the Aurora skirt. I haven't worn the Rapunzel skirt yet, but it is in my wardrobe to wear. I think I'm probably going to wear that more in spring because it's very light pink. I try to introduce that kind of stuff into my everyday wardrobe because I can, so why wouldn't I? A couple of questions asking about ADHD. You have mentioned ADHD a few times and you tend to refer to your brain in third person. Do I do that? I'm gonna notice it now. If you're willing to divulge, can you tell us about your journey of ADHD, how early you were diagnosed, how the condition affects you in good ways and bad, and ways you found to manage the challenges it presents? I have autism and ADHD, diagnosed with autism when I was 17. The ADHD, I'm actually not officially diagnosed in it. I learned different ways ADHD can actually present and can feel and how it's different in women. And then I was like, oh wait, I actually check like every single one of those boxes, okay. But I've never really gone through the doctors with it because I did that for my autism and I don't really want to go through assessments again. In terms of how it affects me, you get the hyperfixations and you get the difficulty with time management and starting projects and not finishing them. It does just make life feel like a constant, chaotic, disorganized mess. But it can also feel really, really great to be in one of those manic highs where you can just blast through everything and feel really productive and really great. I don't know if that was a good answer or not. Ways to help manage. Honestly, I really wish I could give a good answer, but it's actually something I really struggle with myself. It's not something I've really figured out yet. I just keep muddling through. If anyone else has any good answers to that, then let's get some discussion started in the comment section and let's just help everyone out. I don't know if I'm handling these questions well or not. I'm still feeling quite socially anxious about them. Tell you what though, having this little red gem glued to the table was quite nice because I keep just messing with it. It's that whole sensory stimulation aid. It's like having a fidget spinner, it's great. Anyway, now we're on to the questions about past projects. There's a violet bead. What? Did I miss that? There is. Oh, that's so cute. It's a little marble. Did anyone else used to play with marbles when they were a kid? My nan had the best box of marbles at her house. It was huge. What's your favorite fabric to work with and where do you buy your fabric? If buying fabric online, any tips? Favorite fabric to work with? I think in terms of end result, because it looks amazing, I love working with velvet. I think I quite enjoy linen fabrics because they're so rustic and wholesome to use. I feel like since getting my walking foot, I do love working with the more satin silky fabrics now too. That was like 3 ounces. I'm really not good at picking things. Where do I get my fabrics? I thrift like 90% of what I use. I either get them from the Craft Barn, Ammo Threads, which is an online place. All of their stuff is dead stock fabric and they give good information about the fabric. And I think the biggest tip I can give you when buying online fabrics is pay attention to the weight of the fabric because that will give you a really good indicator of how it's going to feel to work with and how it's going to drape. And shopping somewhere that actually lists that number is going to be so helpful. Ooh. Which projects have leveled up your sewing skills the most? I feel like the answer is my Met Gala dress from last year. The petticoat and the undergarments, I made the corset and I made the dress. Plus I did like the ribbon embroidery on the dress as well. So that was a lot of different techniques and historical patterns. And that was all stuff I'd never done before. Have you ever started a project that you regretted halfway through? Yes. Yes, I have. Before there was my Edwardian Met Gala dress. It's confession time. For the Met Gala the year before that, I was in over my head. I mean, looking back on it, I don't even think the design was that good, but my execution of the design was even worse. It was really, really bad. And I was making it and I was like, this is looking horrendous and I don't think I can get it to look good. And I put it all into a box and it's still in that box. So yeah, there's that. It was really bad. Moving on. Do you have any designs that you wanted to do but ultimately decided not to? If so, what was the reason? Yes, actually. I really like doing the historical versions of things. I've done the historical Snow White and historical Rapunzel. I was gearing up to historical Belle. I even bought a couple of gold fabrics as well, just as like starting the collection, because again, when you're thrifting, you've got to just get stuff really early. Not long after I was in this like brainstorming process, Valentine Moon announced that she was doing a historical Belle, and it was like, oh, whatever she makes is going to be awesome. Self-esteem does not need that comparison right now, so I'm just gonna put it on a shelf. I was thinking maybe I'd do historical Cinderella instead or something, because I also had some designs running for that one. I am really looking forward to see what Rosie comes out with though, because I think that's gonna be cool. Ooh, now we're on to future projects. Got a couple of questions about crowns. I adore your tiara tribute builds. Any plans for future ones? Yes, there are plans for future ones. I want to make so many. This is going to sound so silly. The largest issue that I have when I don't end up making any is because I just can't decide. And I know I should just nail it down to 4 and then put a poll up and then let you guys decide like I did last time, but that requires me to nail it down to 4. If money was no object, what crown would I make? I'm just quickly consulting my crown board on Pinterest, which I for some reason named Shiny Pretty. I don't care. I don't remember why, but I stand by it. When I did Victoria's one, there's actually a necklace and earrings set that goes with that tiara, and I really wanted to make that too, but I couldn't afford to get that many stones. So maybe that, money was no object, I would probably make sets a lot more. That would be awesome. I feel like I haven't assembled anything in a while. This thing even comes with vines to put on. That is cute as hell. I started to not feel well and then I realised I hadn't actually had a drink in 5 hours. So while I get a drink, let's look at what we've made so far. Little Froggy, letterbox portal, cozy chair, cobweb bookshelf, divination bookcase, and a crystal ball desk. I have never been so proud of any decision I have made ever than I am right now in this moment with the decision to make my hot chocolate in a chalice. I make good life choices. Your costumes and creations are gorgeous and the process is very inspiring. You guys are so nice to me. Thank you. A lot of your references are unfamiliar to me, but I still enjoy watching. Do you have any plans to do some more widely familiar themes in the future? Like, for example, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, or Disney? Oh, and I bet you would look fierce in something inspired by armor. Oh, don't. Okay, I want to do an armor look so very, very badly. Right now, a little bit out of my budget. I'm hoping to build up to it because I really want to do some armor looks. There are many, but the one that's kind of at the top of my list in terms of ambition, I really want to do Alice's armor from Alice in Wonderland. I think that looks so freaking cool. I need to not bang the table with a drink on it. Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, and Disney. I really want to do some Lord of the Rings ones. I've been collecting materials for one of Eowyn's dresses, and I've also been gathering some materials to do my own version of a design for Gladriel as well. Game of Thrones, I don't know. I used to watch that when it first came out, and then I kind of lost my stomach for it a bit. There's some awesome costumes in there, so maybe one day I'll be up for doing those super detailed embroidery pieces and stuff, but those would have to be long-term projects because that would take ages. Also, expensive. And I'll always do Disney stuff. Just ask for a Disney thing and I will do a Disney thing. How did you get into historical fashion? Okay, that's going on to a second question. We'll just deal with the first one. Historical fashion. I think I like it. I love historical things. I'd watch things on TV and in films and just be like, yes, that, I love it. I'm not that knowledgeable about it. There's an interest. In that same vein, are there any other cosplays that you'd be tempted to give the historical cosplay treatment? Why, yes, there is. I want to work my way through all of the Disney princesses, like eventually over time. Plus just other animated characters as well, not necessarily just the princesses. I'm really into the whole, when you see your designed animations and just like, how would it actually look though? So it makes my brain happy to think about that kind of stuff. And it's fun to try my hand at a whole new time period I probably haven't touched yet. I'd love to carry on working through that series. I was actually thinking about making that a series. I was gonna call it Historically Inaccurate because I will never guarantee accuracy because the thought of that scares me a little. Back onto the second part of the first question. Also, are you planning on renovating more corners of your house? I loved your hallway makeover and would love to see more of your National Trust / English heritage at home interior design style. Do you have any plans to make over other parts of your house? And if so, what areas and in what styles are you planning on doing? Guys, I'm so excited for this. This has been in the works for a couple of months and we've been brainstorming lots of ideas, gathering all of the resources ready to do it. The brief that we are going for is a very medieval inspired bedroom. So think like Merlin or something. Not going to be historically accurate, obviously, because it is still just our bedroom and we have got so many cool things already. If all goes to plan, should be coming out end of April, start of May kind of time. I'm just internally debating whether or not I should show you the tapestry that we bought. How amazing is this? This is gonna be awesome. I need to calm down a bit. What other YouTubers / cosplayers do you want to collaborate with? Do you want a realistic answer or do you want a far-fetched fantasy answer? Because if we're going like far-fetched fantasy answer, Queen Estrella, because then I could make her a tiara and that would be a freaking dream come true. Never gonna happen, but you know, if we're just being a bit delusional here. There are a lot of people I could list in the same vein of delusion. Nail that down a little bit something with Valentine Moon because she's in the same country as me, which most people are not. In this hypothetical world where I actually get to do a collaboration with someone like that, logistically, we could do a shoot together. It's delusional, but there's a tiny little smidgen of reality in there too. Obviously, I want to do more things with Annie because that was really, really fun and she's really, really awesome. Self-made cosplay. Also briefly spoke about doing some Lord of the Rings stuff. We do live in different countries. Nothing in person could be done, but we joked that we'd both individually take photographs of what we'd made and do our little like result shoot poses, and then we'd just Photoshop them together, which could either look really cool or really terrible, but I'd be interested to find out which. Ooh, we're onto the steps with the electronics. I'm always self-conscious about how much I just sit here and frown at things when I'm trying to work stuff out. I'm aware I pull up some very weird faces on camera sometimes. Feels like an unnecessary call-out. I was just about to get up and turn the ice off, and then the sun came back out. I knew it. What's your dream costume to make that totally intimidates you? Is it really, really basic of me to say the 2015 Cinderella dress? Because I feel like that's everyone's, but there's also a reason for that. To be fair, I think part of me does have the audacity to think that I could do it. I think mainly I'm not going to even try yet because I've got nowhere to store something that big. I barely have enough room as it is. In terms of a dream cosplay that intimidates me, that like genuinely intimidates me and space is not a factor in me not making it yet, allow me to consult the Pinterest. I really want to do a corpse bride, but when I do it, I want it to be perfect. But I don't know if that counts as intimidating or just obsessive with wanting it to be amazing. Oh, I really want to do the Outlander wedding dress. But again, I feel like it doesn't intimidate me as much as I know how much that's going to cost and I want to do it properly. Even those answers, I don't feel like they're good. I think I'm just delusional. I just look at anything and think, yeah, I could do that. It's probably the most egotistical thing I have ever said in my life. Oh, actually, okay. The Sleepy Hollow dress, because that would involve pattern matching fabric, which just seems like the most daunting, intimidating thing ever. That is my answer. Who are your fashion icons that inspire you, past or present? Ooh, I don't know if this is the answer you're looking for. I'm gonna go with Phoebe Buffay from Friends because how could I not? She's everything to me. Yeah, that's my final answer. I thought I was near the end, but there's actually a whole section I forgot about. Do some lightning round ones, shall we? Did aliens build the pyramids? Yes. Yes, they did. Watch Stargate. It's all right there. You're welcome. Of all the stunning Renaissance dresses in Ever After, which would you say is your favourite? Well, I can't answer all of them. I'm actually gonna have to say the one at the end, red orangey kind of palette. Not to say that I wouldn't still just make every single one from that film, because I absolutely would. Have you cosplayed Abaddon before? I have not, but I should have. Me and my mom spoke about going to Comic-Con together and doing a joint Abaddon cosplay, and we haven't done it yet. Mom, why haven't we done it yet? As a big Labyrinth fan, I'm curious if you also consider yourself a fan. I do, it's a great film. If you are, do you have any plans to make any of the costumes from the film? Obviously there's the big dress, which you always think about. A little bit more interested in making the blue coattails look though, because that was pretty cool. I also kind of just like Sarah's outfit. Waistcoat look, I'm there for it. Firstly, love to see you tackle the Ren Fair style dress that Sarah wears as she's frolicking in the park. I too would like that. And in general, would love to know what your top 5 fantasy films are. I'm terrible at this. I can never put things into lists. I love too many things. Got Lord of the Rings, Narnia, Polar Bear King, Labyrinth, and Return to Oz. Do you have favourite TV series / books / YouTube channels that have made an impact on you? Everything counts if you love it. You know what? I'm gonna have to say Marvel films. Probably my origin of becoming a nerd. And I hate why, because it's so dumb. Okay, I was 11. Let's just add that context. I was 11 years old. I was in high school, autistic, so I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't know how to socialize or interact with these other people in my class, and they were good at talking to each other. My friends, they talked to the boys, and I didn't know how they did that because I just like, they've got nothing in common with them. What are you talking about? So I thought, okay, I need something in common with them. I know, I'm gonna watch Iron Man. And I watched it. and I loved it. And then I watched Captain America, and then I watched Thor, and then I was hooked. And then I forgot about the initial I did this to talk to boys because I never actually spoke to any of them about it. I found a new interest. It's so dumb. In terms of YouTube channels, probably Rachel Maxey. Probably traceable to the reason that I have a YouTube channel. I followed her on Instagram for a couple of years, but I never actually watched any of her YouTube videos. And then Dan started watching some of her videos, and he's like, you follow her, right? And I'm like, yeah, she makes really cool stuff and she's weird, I like her. And he's like, okay, wait, have you watched her videos? You should, because you have like the same personality and it's really weird and it's kind of freaky because it's like she's you but she's not you and it's weird. So then I was curious, so I watched some of her videos. Through watching her channel, it made me realize that actually we were very similar, and if she can make a living out of doing this stuff, then maybe that will be a good answer for me too. I can do the things that I enjoy and do them in a way that I can make a living off of. So I think she kind of gave me the inspiration and the confidence to think that I could actually maybe pull something like this off. So that's a pretty big impact, actually. I am nearing the end of this. I've got a floor and I've got walls. It's all coming together now. Sorry, questions. First, you are lovely. You guys are so nice to me. If you had a time machine, what era would you like to travel to, and what historical figures would you like to meet? Kisses from Spain. That is a question. A big part of me kind of wants to go somewhere I could find out the answer to a big historical debate. Ooh, okay. Medieval England, specifically Sherwood Forest, because I want to find out who Robin Hood actually was. So cute. A little desk thingy. Loving this. What are some past historical fashion trends that you wish made a comeback today? Cloaks and capes. That would be fantastic, please. I would very much like cloaks. I just always broke that, but I didn't, and that's what counts. I put the light facing the wrong way. That's such a me move. Where are you from? Where are you not anything? Oh, you were so meant to be there. Luckily, it's not hard to just take bits off and repair where required. Please, I just need a cloud. I just need a cloud for 5 minutes. This is ridiculous. There's a chance it doesn't work. I don't know if I've screwed that up. Oh, there we go. That's so cool. Oh my God, I love it. I will definitely be treating myself to more of these in the future. They are so fun to make. The instructions are clear and they have spare pieces, which is super helpful. I thoroughly recommend Cosy Book Nook kits if you're into miniatures. They have a massive range to match all aesthetics too, which is fantastic. I'll put the link to the one I made down below in case anyone else is as in love with it as I am. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I actually have an extended cut version of this video that I don't know what to do with. I mainly have it so that I didn't feel as bad for the amount that I had to delete. There were a lot of questions that I cut out. The stuff that I did keep in shortened the answers drastically. The long cut is an entirely different video, but I felt like it was too long to put on YouTube, too niche for it to not hurt my channel. So I don't know what to do with it, but it exists. Today was so cozy. This was brilliant. I enjoyed this. The door is on backwards, but that was my fault. I didn't pay enough attention. I'm okay with it. It's fine. Thank you so much for watching along. Thank you to everybody who asked me questions. I really appreciate it. Oh, almost forgot. Annie did ask me one question. She asked me how many bananas is too many bananas. However many Schmidt ate, that's too many.
Banana cramps.
You should always have at least one banana with us at all times. For parties.
Always take a banana to a party.
Thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. You know I love to chat to you all, and I will see you all in my next video. I have cool things planned. But it's so blown out now. Can you please be consistent with your sunlight for like 5 minutes? I broke that. How good would it be right now if I actually had a banana that I could then just hold up? How much do I care? Should I go downstairs and get one? Oh, it's roughly here, right?